Hello friends, welcome to this YouTube video. I know this is a strange way to start one, but I'm hungry. So we're gonna eat first and then we'll talk cameras. Okay, okay, so now that we're done with lunch, we can talk about business. We can talk about cameras and tech and all that fun jazz. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ramon Grande. I am a photographer, videographer, dancer, creative guy. And currently I shoot on an A6600. I love this camera, has not let me down yet. But for a recent gig, I had to rent a second camera body. So I ended up picking up an A7iii and a Sigma 24-70 2.8 art lens. So with these two, I was able to complete this job and I need to return it. But for a long time, I had been wanting to move up to full frame. You know, who doesn't? Who doesn't hear that full frame is the best? Full frame gets you the most. All the cameras that you hear about, the A7S3 and the Canon R5 are all full frame cameras. Nobody really talks about APS-C, even though it does a great job. So I really wanted to see how this full frame camera and this full frame zoom lens would compare against what I already have for my setup. What's up, y'all? Editor Ramon here. And looking through the footage, I'm noticing that I didn't really go over what APS-C and full frame even really means. I'm just talking that nerd talk, you know what I'm saying? And assuming that everybody knows what I'm talking about, but obviously not everybody's into cameras as much as I am. So just to go over it quickly, full frame and APS-C are just in reference to camera sensor sizes. My camera, the A6600, is an APS-C camera. The A7iii is a full frame camera. So the sensor is about 50% bigger than my sensor. And I'll put a little graph here so you can kind of see what that looks like. Done. And full frame is usually better in low light, captures more information, but APS-C is also very good. And so that's what we're gonna be kind of talking about. Just want to explain that real quick and now we can get back to the video. All right, cool. The performance is very similar to my 6600. I actually probably prefer my 6600 still over an A7iii because it has a flip up screen, better autofocus, same battery. But I do wish I had this 2 battery slots here. Like that is something I wish I had, and this EVF on top is really nice. But performance wise, they're about the same. We're gonna see 3 of my lenses versus 3 different focal lengths on this Sigma. So we're just gonna zoom in and out to try to match it. Tonight, we're gonna link up with some friends of mine and we're gonna do a shootout and just see who comes out on top as far as like noise, bokeh, overall clarity. We're just gonna see who really wins, prime on APS-C or a zoom lens on a full frame camera. So yeah, we'll just wait until nighttime and see who's the winner. So now I'm gonna teleport you to the future. All right guys, welcome to the future. So this is Haley Summers. She is gonna be our model today. Thank you so much, Haley, for joining us. Oh yeah. And my boy Zach Araya is in the background. He is gonna be helping me with the video. Thank you, Zachary. Major Vibes, go follow him on Instagram. Haley.Summers on Instagram?
Summers.Haley.
I knew it.
It's close enough.
But anyways, so right now I'm gonna start shooting with the A6600 first. Gonna be comparing my 3 lenses, my 2 1.4 lenses and my 1.8 versus the Sigma 2.8 on the A7iii later. So we're just gonna get to shooting. It is nighttime. It is the vibes of the street. And we'll just see how the pictures turn out. Yeah?
Feel something and that's fine. You gon' let him swallow up your pride. You can come with me and just ride. We can do this till the night. Cigarettes and pills.
So the grip is better on my 6600 than it is on the A7iii. I don't really know why, but I don't like it. I don't like this.
You don't?
I don't like this grip.
I'm not gonna lie, this grip is nice. That one, this is a different kind of grip. That's really nice though, but I never held this until just now.
To the night, cigarettes and pills when your eyes. You can take off your disguise. He ain't worth the tears.
All right, so we just finished, and the pictures came out really surprising, especially on the A7 III, because I'm not used to that one, and I can see the potential. But we're gonna go back to the office, we're gonna go back to the computers, and we're gonna do the edit and see how they came out. All right. And welcome back from the future. I appreciate y'all joining me on this different kind of YouTube video. My initial thought was to do this inside of my room next to my big monitor and all that stuff, but like it just felt disingenuous to do it that way, and it felt like so YouTuber-y that you guys can just join me for lunch. That's what my thinking was. It's okay, we did the photo shoot. You saw some of that video performance from both cameras. Now we're just gonna review the photos. This is my first time seeing them. All I did was organize the ones that matched closely together. I didn't really like zoom in and look at those details. So we're gonna take a look at them now. This is the iPad Air, the new one, 4th gen with the A14 Bionic chip. There's a plane going by me right now, and I don't know how that affects the audio. I got this new Rode lav mic thing. I freaking love it. 10.9-inch screen. I've been loving this thing. If you want to see a review on it, subscribe, hit that like button. Whether you're on Instagram or YouTube, let me know if you want to see that one right there. Yeah, let's take a look at this first one. Yeah, I shot this with the 16 1.4 at 1/50 at 1.4 ISO 400. So yeah, this photo is really dark. I do like how much it's bokeh. I'm gonna need to edit it a little bit so I can see what the hell is happening. I'll probably introduce some noise to the photo, but I'll just overlook that for now. The background is very bokeh, blurry, out of focus. I love it. She's not exactly in focus either. That could be a part of the noise, but it's not very sharp. I've had problems with that Sigma lens at 1.4 and really dark conditions. As you saw in the video, I'm sure it was literally only street lamps, like only a few street lamps were lighting it. Yeah, I mean, it's a good photo. Yeah, you really lose the clarity on her eyes. Let's take a look at the A7 III. So on this one, it's already bright enough. Like I'm not having much trouble seeing this one. 1/50. I was at 24 millimeters at 2.8 ISO 6400. So this isn't exactly an accurate comparison, but I can tell you that my A6600 at 6400 wouldn't have done as good of a job as this. Like it would have fell apart right away. I wouldn't want to ever shoot at 6400. Max I'll ever go is 3200. This did do really well. It's less sharp than even the 6600, but it's a good photo. I feel like it's not as bokeh as the 6600 with the 1.4 was though. So, I mean, there's our first evidence that a 1.4 on APS-C might have a better bokeh than a full frame with 2.8. Let's move on to the next photo. Let's start with the A6600 again. On this one, I switched over to my 35 1.4 from Viltrox. Great lens. I'm loving the 35 look. I love the look of it, but it has a lot of chromatic aberration. So it's not the highest quality lens. It was only like $240. Great deal, but a lot of chromatic aberration. That looks really good. That's really sharp. As a 24 megapixel should be. Look how blurry that background is. Wow. I love that. Less chromatic aberration for sure. There's a little bit right there, but that's okay. And now let's take a look at the A7 III. That's a sharp photo. Crank that up. Damn. Damn. That's really sharp. That's a totally different league right there. On the 35 millimeter, I think I gotta give it to the A7 III. That's a nice photo. Let me take a look at the 6600 again. It's definitely more blurry on the 1.4 than it was for the 2.8. I think so. Y'all let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that, but it definitely looks blurrier to me on the 1.4 than the 2.8, which makes sense. Like numbers wise, that makes sense. But full frame is supposed to kind of increase the bokeh. So I was kind of hoping that it would do it. Looks more out of focus for sure. But spending $1,100 on this lens that gives you all the focal lengths versus a $240 lens that only gives you one focal length, but with chromatic aberration, this is a beautiful lens. They even let me borrow the G Master before this one because they didn't have this one in stock. And honestly, I didn't like the G Master. It was a cannon. It was like this big. That's what she said. But it was huge. It was heavier. It, to me, didn't actually do as well as this one. This one performs just as well. But I think I got to give that to the A7 III because that is a sharp lens. So now we're switching to the 50. On my APS-C camera, it's closer to about a 75. And this maxes out at 70. So it's not exactly the same millimeter, but it's as close as we can get it. So yeah, let's go with APS-C. I did it really underexposed again. I wonder why I keep doing that. Or maybe on the A7 III, it's just collecting that much more light that I don't have to crank up the ISO. Wow. Love this photo. Love this photo. Look at that background blur. Very nice. Pretty sharp. I feel like it's gonna be sharper again on the Sigma, but it looks really good. Even though that's Sony's cheapest 50mm, at like 250 bucks, I think, maybe 199 if you catch it on a good sale. Like, I really love that lens. It was my tried and true for a long time until I started doing wider portraits. But yeah, that's a really good shot. So now let's check out the 7 III photos. Like I said, it definitely looks a little wider. I do have to crank up the brightness a little bit, but holy, that's sharp. And then bokeh bows, it looks pretty equivalent to me, right? But we're gonna put those side by side and you tell me which you think looks a little bit better. So this is at 1.8 and that was at 2.8, so a whole stop lower. But I wanna say the Sigma was actually more blurred out in this occasion. Or it's definitely prettier. Damn, that's a sharp photo. This Sigma lens right here, I might have to buy this. Damn, they're so close. I really can't decide which one I like better. I think I like the 7 III better, actually. Something about the level of sharpness kind of also creates that separation, you know? Like, it's that clear. Dang. So on the first photo, I do think that my Sony with the Sigma 16 took it on that one, but just barely. On the 35mm shot and the 70mm shot, I think the A7 III took those because it just looks so much better. I say that, but I mean, these are already great photos. Like, both of them are fantastic. Like, I have no regrets about my 6600. That's why I'm using it to vlog on right now, because I can see myself. Not a feature that's on the A7 III. Oh, are you okay? What the fuck? It's like a squirrel threw a branch at me. Anyways, not a feature on the A7 III, as you can see. That's as high as that little thing goes, and that's as low as it goes. But on my 6600, I'm looking at myself right now because it flips up. I love that feature. I actually like the grip on my 6600 better because I have a small rig cage on it and it adds a little bit of a pinky grip. When I'm holding this camera, my pinky definitely does not want to hang out there. I feel like I have normal size hands, you know? I don't have huge hands, but my pinky definitely does not want to stay there when I'm holding this camera. On my 6600, I love having a cage on it from Small Rig. Shout out to them. Sponsor me, maybe, I don't know. But I feel like we've reached the conclusion of this YouTube video. I feel like we've concluded that, yeah, full frame is where it's at. APS-C is really, really good. I really do wish that they would spend a little bit more time on higher quality lenses for APS-C cameras. I definitely do want to move to full frame eventually. I'm waiting for that Sony A7 IV, the successor to this one. If we want to start some rumors, I feel like it's gonna have similar design to the S3 with the new grip, that new little dual SD card, and obviously a flip out screen. I really want a flip out screen. I love that my 6600 flips up, but I want to flip out. That will make me flip out. That might make me do a flip. Just kidding, I'll die. I want to get the A7 IV. I wouldn't get an A7 III in 2020 because honestly, it's just a little dated. There's the A7C now. In conclusion, full frame is where it's at. APS-C is very great and you can do incredible work on it, but this is the best of the best for sure. And now I know that. And now we all know that. And some of you might have known that, but now we all know that. But okay, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope this was educational. I hope you had fun with me on this little day trip. I'm gonna get hit by another branch. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my day. I got another photo shoot and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe out there because it is crazy wild right now. Wear the masks. Peace out. Be safe. Peace. I'm leaving. I'm leaving all my here. I'm leaving. I'm going in the car. No, I'm really not. Of course I'm not. This is expensive.